Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're joining me today. I get to show you Spellbinders' Large Die of the Month set for June, and I'm really excited about this one. I love doing paper piecing, and this is all about paper piecing and then some. This is called Colorblock Circles and Stripes. So the largest die cuts out different sizes of paper strips, and then you get all of these circles that cut out different sentiments or shapes, and then the curvy die that adds a nice decoration to your cards. This set is going to be perfect to create slimline cards as well as mini slimlines and A2 sized cards. I went ahead and cut out a bunch of cardstock using the stripes die. I'm going to adhere these strips of paper onto my card panel using some Stick-It adhesive. This product is great for this technique. It puts a sticky film on your panel, and it allows you to put down your strips of paper and move them around. It's not permanent until you really press the pieces into your panel. I'll attach the Stick-It adhesive onto my Slimline panel. This panel is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. Going to be a little bit smaller than my card base, which is 8 1/2 by 3 1/2. So now that the film is attached, I'm going to trim the excess off. So I cut out these strips of paper using several of the new Spellbinders cardstocks in blues and teals and even a charcoal gray. I cut out more than I needed, but I am going to save these strips of paper for another card. I'll burnish the Stick-It adhesive into my card panel using my bone folder, and then I can peel off the release paper. There was a little section at the top that didn't get covered with the film, but I'm going to take care of that with my dot liner. And now I'm going to turn this cardstock sideways and start putting on my strips of paper. This is such a fun thing to do, and you probably only understand why until you try it. I don't know, there's just something fun about this. And I try and put the strips of paper as close together as I can. This is going to be a birthday card, and I'll use one of the 3 sentiments from this set. The other 2 say "for you" and "thank you." And then I'll place the last strip down. Just fits perfectly on this panel. And I'll flip it over and cut off the overhang. And then after this, I will use my bone folder again to press the paper strips into the cardstock, and then they will be permanent. Okay, so here is the cute sentiment. I thought the red really popped off of the front of this card. I'll glue it in place using some precision craft glue. Just put little dots behind that. And I'm going to back it with a piece of the blue cardstock. I used the decorative die to cut out some brushed silver cardstock, and I cut it out 3 times. I'm going to glue them together and create 3 connected circles. I'm going to put an acrylic block on this just so it can dry flat. And now let's start putting together the circles. The most important piece is the first one that you put down. If you get that straight, then the others just pop into place very easily. And that's what it's going to look like. On this card, I only ended up using 2 of these decorative dies, but I'll put more of the precision craft glue behind this. I'll have all of the different cardstocks that I used to create this card listed in the description box below, as well as over at my blog if you're interested in learning what colors I used. So I'm going to be very careful about putting this first piece down evenly. There's so many things you can do with this die. It was a lot of fun to play with. And then I'll add a little more glue behind my second piece. And I'll show you how easily these fit together. You're just going to connect the ends of this die with the one that is glued down And it just creates the most perfect little circles. Isn't that fun? It would be really fun to use this die to create a shaker card using these interconnected circles. I'm going to pop up my sentiment with some foam adhesive, and this will go in the center circle. Another die from the set cuts out these arches that you see to the left, and I cut them out with some rainbow colors. I'll start with the red, and I'm going to pull out my tweezers. These will help me align these in the circles. I'm going to put a rainbow in each of the circles next to the sentiment. Okay, and then next I'm going to put down the orangey red. And then just keep going until I have a rainbow. Isn't that cute? You can make some really great masculine cards with these strips of papers too. Now I can attach this to my white card base. And I'll use a little bit of dot liner to do that. There's going to be a white border around this panel, which looks really nice. And the last thing I'm going to do is add some bling to this card. I'll use some crystal gems from Spellbinders. And there's the perfect spot in the middle of this sentiment for a gem. Just a little circle right under the A and the P. I'll put one there, and then I'll put a few more around the panel. I'll put one under each of the rainbows. You can use your tweezers to do this, but I find it's easiest to use the all-in-one tool. So this large die of the month is available now. I'm sure this is going to be a really popular one. I know it's going to be a staple in my craft room. I'll have the link available in the description box below if you're interested in signing up for the large die of the month from Spellbinders. And again, this is called the Colorblock Circles and Stripes. I'll put my last gem down at the top of this card. And then this card is finished. Here's a close-up look. I just love how this one turned out, and I had so much fun putting it together. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have some time to sit down and make some beautiful cards today. I'll be back again really soon with another video. Take care. Bye.